Hello, everyone.
We're just gonna make sure everything's up on it.
It should be good to go.
Yeah, no, we should be good. I hit go live. YouTube is receiving my information. It's up and running, so we should be good.
Welcome to the Mancast, episode 1, everybody.
Yep, it's up. It's damn sure running.
Yes,
three men, different ages. We're gonna get raw. No secrets, no bullshit. We're gonna tell it like it is. We're gonna talk real. Anybody who watches, if you have any questions or any topics you want us to discuss, or anything you want to know, join the chat, send a message, whatever it is you need to do, and we'll talk about it. And if there's certain things you don't want to hear or don't want to talk about or hear about, or any opinions you might not want to hear, or you don't want to hear yourself mentioned, possibly, then
move on, Cupcake. This is not the place for you.
And I just want to throw out there too, just right away, I'm so glad I don't have monetization, because this video will probably be demonetized faster than you can say holy crap.
Oh yeah, yes. Saying the truth, this probably isn't even safe, but we're doing it anyways.
Nevertheless.
So where do we begin?
The first topic of the night. Let's see. Well, first things first. Let's let everybody know, because I let it be known in the advertisement for this that we are all of different ages. So we definitely will have different viewpoints and perspectives, possibly, on the subjects. Obviously, I am 42. John, you are 32, right?
Correct.
And Zach, you are?
I'm 23.
23. So yeah, we've definitely got the generations covered.
Yes, we do.
So what should we talk about first? I mean, should we, revisit our prior discussion that is technically on you? No, actually, no, I don't think it is on YouTube.
No, it is not.
I don't think that made it to YouTube.
No,
it was had basically behind closed doors.
It was behind, right. So what? Let's talk about the first subject should be, let's talk about the YouTube community, and to be more specific, the YouTube community or communities that the three of us are somewhat involved in one way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And just, you can voice your opinion or talk about the drama or the clickiness that you might think it is involved, which obviously that's my opinion. And then just
coming from an outside perspective in this, I'm fairly new to this group. I haven't really known you guys very long, so I really don't necessarily know too much of what's going on. But from what I've heard, it's mostly along the lines of a lot of bullshit, really. I believe that if people were willing to sit down and were more open to talk, then some ground could be covered. But neither party necessarily is wanting to talk at the moment. That's a little bit of what I have to say. I mean, they're on it later. I just figured I'd start us off with that by saying, if people are more open to talk, things might work out a little different.
And that's something that kills a lot of communities and a lot of friendships and stuff like that, is the fact that people don't want to talk. And it just doesn't make sense that it seems like everybody nowadays is afraid to talk because they're afraid to hear the truth. The truth in the situation is what it is, but unless you talk about it, you're always going to just be that one-sided view, so that's going to create more of a divide because there's not any openness or anything with it.
Well, I guess, right, the question I'll ask is, of the various people that we watch, because the three of us, we watch a lot of the same people. Can you tell that there's things we don't know about and things going on and clickiness, maybe?
Oh, of course. I mean, noticeably, when you see certain people appear in a chat, which for now we won't necessarily say any names, but this goes really all across the board with the whole community, really. You can feel a immediate rise in tension by just seeing one person's name show up or two persons' names show up. It becomes an issue right off the bat. Things go from really fun and calm to shit could pop off at any second. And it's really unsettling for the whole community to know that just one person has that effect to just ruin everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't know. It seems to me, from me popping in and out of streams, and I watch a lot of people, even just for a few minutes at a clip, that that when I first discovered everybody, and then you look at now compared to then, something happened. Because it ain't the same.
No, it's not.
And it seems like sides have been taken, and and obviously as a older person, I guess I don't really understand, because it's like, it's YouTube,
Right.
I know there are some YouTubers who are really tight, and I'm not saying this group, but I've YouTubers that I watch, I know they're really tight, and I know they spend time together outside of YouTube, so there's never any issues. But with these people, it's like, I don't know. It just seems to bring, and I'm not saying it makes their streams bad. Okay, I'm not saying that.
Oh yeah, of course.
I guess maybe in just for me personally, it just seems to like bring it all down as a whole, because you just know that, like, oh well, if I watch this person stream, so and so and so and so aren't showing up. They're not.
I mean, it's kind of like the whole atmosphere changes, really.
And trust me, I'm not trying to get into the middle of it or anything, and I don't want to be like sucked into some vortex of bullshit from which I'll never return. Mostly because I'd probably shoot myself in the face from it.
Well, damn.
That's a little
Well,
extreme.
I'm just, you know how drama could be sometimes. If you feel like you can't get out, and you feel like you're,
I mean, you got a point. Guys, give me a step away from the round table. It won't take me no more than 30 seconds or a minute, I hope. So, guys, excuse me 1 second. I shall return.
Okay. And, you know, like with the whole drama thing, like you've seen me, you know, stated in streams and stuff like that. Drama is just not necessary, like after high school, you know. Pretty much after high school, all drama does is just feeds into unnecessary situations because instead of talking about it, there's all this stuff going on, and you know, ultimately, you know, you kind of feel like, you know, you got to pick like a side or something, you know?
Yeah, well, and it's easy for us to do. It's easy for us to say that coming from the outside, not just because we're on the outside and we're not necessarily fully involved in it, but also because we don't want to do because we don't want to deal with it.
Right.
So it's just like it's easy for us to say, man, y'all just get along. It's YouTube, you know, just cool it. Who cares? It's not like you guys have to run into each other on the street corner or at the grocery store every day and all that kind of stuff. Then I mean, in that sense, it would be different. I could understand, but
Right.
it's like let it go. I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's just, and you know, obviously, we're not mentioning any names, although we certainly could.
I think just mentioning names would just add a whole new ball of wax and fire to the whole situation, which
Oh, we'd be, we oh boy,
Yeah, we'd be in a world of shit. Speaking of which,
we'd
guys,
be
I'm
in,
back.
we would be making a lot of enemies if we started calling names.
yep.
Yeah, so for now, until things are a little bit better, we're kind of keeping names on the low. But I want everybody to understand when we're talking about this situation, understand we're not putting anyone down. This is solely our opinion. You can agree or disagree. It doesn't really matter to us. But everyone is entitled to their own opinion. This is just ours. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, my favorite phrase I like to use when people are like, "Oh no, your opinion stinks" or whatever like that. It's like everybody has opinions. They're all like buttholes. Everybody stinks. You know, because there's always going to be people that disagree with you, and there's going to be people that will agree with you. And you know, it's better when you can have a difference of opinion, but you can still, you know, be open and talk about it with people and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you know, back to what Zach said is, you know, we're not putting anybody down. If anything, we want this whole thing resolved just because we hate seeing what's happening. You know, I only discovered, you know, these communities, you know, shortly around the same time as Gramps and shortly before Zach. And you know, these are awesome communities, and just to have stuff going on because, you know, there's no willingly I can't talk. there's no openness to talk about what's going on in a civilized manner, that it's creating unnecessary situations that could be easily avoided just by talking. And you know, that's all we're saying. You know, there's nothing, you know, really negative about the community. Just, you know, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that
Yeah, because I mean, I generally don't. Yeah, I mean, like all the people I watch, and obviously in the context of, you know, who we watched at, you know, I don't have a problem with any of them. Like I'll watch them all, but you can just tell
yeah.
there's an error in the stream. And it's not their fault.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's their fault, but there's an error of something in their stream where it's just like it and maybe it's for the better for them. I don't know, but you can just tell.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, onto a little side point about this. Not veering off too far from the main topic about this situation. I mean, it's more along the lines of the whole streaming game, whether we want to admit it or not, you've got people that will be friends, and you've got people that will go against other streamers because they want to be big and bury everyone. I don't really think that's the case here.
I was just gonna say I don't think of any of these people as wanting to bury anybody else. I don't think of it that. I don't see anybody with that.
My personal opinion, I think somewhere something was said that kind of sparked a chain reaction to the point to where communication lines were cut. Everyone's kind of looking at each other, waiting for someone to, I wouldn't say necessarily make the first move, but basically make the first comment on the situation.
Well, do you guys find it odd, or well, let me finish though. Do you guys think it's odd, or do you guys think it's kind of cool that, like, let's just be honest, like, there's this group of people for the most part that we watch, and they're all females, and yet in the midst of, you know, kind of interconnecting them or connecting, however you want to describe it, that in the midst of all that, yes, there's plenty of males who talk in their streams, but as far as people who actually stream, there's just the three of us that are males.
Pretty much.
Do you think it's odd, or you just kind of think it's kind of cool that the community is pretty much all women and we seem to be the only males who stream?
I think it's cool. I mean, you know, because if you think about it, it's more common and more popular to see a male streamer than it is a female. But, you know, it's awesome that more and more are starting to, you know, go into the whole streaming aspect of everything. Because you think about it, it takes a lot for you to stream, and, you know, to do what they do and everything like that, and deal probably with the amount of trolls I can only fathom they've dealt with throughout their entire streaming careers. It takes a lot of guts to deal with that. And
but that begs the question, though. Do you think, honest opinion, do you think, as far as just the growing part of it, do you think it's that much easier for the women than it is for us?
Oh, of course. And I'm not taking any shots here, so I'm just putting that out there. But if you look at statistics compared to men versus women when it comes to streaming, women have a more noticeably, I'd say, larger chance of getting recognized than a man streamer. Because the simple fact is, I mean, hey, who doesn't want to sit around and watch a chick play a video game? Right. Especially when she's good at it. I mean, let's be real. But, I mean, that goes for us. Okay, see, I have had my channel since February 26th, 2017. I'm just now pushing the 300 mark. Just now getting to that mark. Okay? Versus find a streamer that started on the same day that's a female that I did last year. I guarantee you her channel was twice or three times the size of mine today.
If not more.
Yep.
If not more.
I started streaming at the end of May, and I hit, unless something's happened in the last few hours, I have 60. Now, granted, I don't have all the fancy toys that others have yet.
Yeah, but you don't need all the fancy toys to gain subs. I mean, if I'm going to sit here and be honest, like, this is technically my second channel. I had a channel beforehand where I was only streaming through my PlayStation. You know, I had a PlayStation camera and stuff like that, and I would look at chat on my monitor sitting next to me, and you know that was fun. You know, people interacted and stuff like that. I went through a serious bout of depression, and I deleted my first channel, which had about, I want to say, like over 300 subs at the time. And then I had this channel just kind of sitting there, and so I kind of revamped everything and kind of picked up from this channel from where I left off, which I want to say I was at like 140. And, you know, in the short time I'm streaming, you know, I've gained, you know, about 70 subs or so. So, you know, it's, you know, you don't have to have, you know, all the fancy toys. I've always been told by, you know, a lot of these streamers that are, you know, really big and stuff like that, have like, you know, 2K or more and stuff like that, that, you know, simpler is better when it comes to streaming. And, you know, I find that true in a lot of cases. Like, you know, I'm gonna throw a name out there that's a really popular YouTuber, just to kind of give it as an example. One Shot Girl. You know, her thumbnails are very simple. Her stream layout is very simple, and you know, she's pushing, geez, I want to say almost 500k subs. And you know, she's grown a lot since I first subbed to her. I think I first subbed to her when she only had like, geez, I want to say around like 100,000 something subs. And so, you know, you don't have to have all these nice fancy toys. I mean, they do help kind of in the long run, but you know, it just goes to show to you that, you know, you don't have to have these fancy layouts or anything like that to be able to, you know, be a big streamer and stuff like that. You just gotta have, you know, the dedication and the drive. And you know, for me personally, I know that a lot of times streaming for me is hard, just because people don't realize, but sitting and being in front of people for hours at a time is very strenuous. It takes a toll on you. So, you know, there are streamers that take days off, which is actually a good idea because it allows you a mental break from, you know, having to sit, you know, in front of a camera for hours at a time.
Oh, I'll be the first to tell you, I'll take multiple days off. Like there's like sometimes a period where I won't stream for a week just because mentally, you know, I need that break where I could just sit around and relax.
Right. And you know, I think that's kind of something that, you know, is good with this within the streaming community, is to take breaks. But then you have, you know, a lot of these, you know, people, these smaller channels that, you know, that stream every day, that grind every day, and you know, it eventually takes a toll. And that's kind of what, you know, happened to me with my first channel. Was, you know, I was streaming every day to try and grind to get to, you know, before they changed the whole qualifications for monetization and stuff like that. You know, I was streaming every day, grinding, trying to get there. And then even when I did get there, just because people had gotten used to me streaming every day, you know, I kind of felt that I had to keep doing that, and you know, I got extremely burnt out. And so, you know, I do give props to a lot of these streamers that can do this every day. You know, it does take a lot.
Yeah. I couldn't stream today. I mean, yes, I edited down yesterday's stream a little bit, and it was so good. It was honestly, I think it was probably the best one. Just as far as like, it was good content. We weren't sitting around just like chopping wood, you know. We were moving, we were adventuring. We crossed like almost the whole map. We fought all kinds of shit. We got into the dungeon, we fought the boss. It was a bit of a grind and all that, and it's so good. I just like, you know what? I'm not streaming today. I ain't gonna top that. So I'm gonna ride that shit today.
And can I say that was funny that out of the three of you, that you were the only one that ended up staying in there the entire time and lasted.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I got lucky because I'm like, okay, because I thought when it started, I'm like, after when you got past the like the stone giants and like she came out, I'm like, well, it says witch. It's like, so if she has a projectile, I'm gonna bust the soul. I'm gonna grab a shield if she's gonna throw anything to block. Well, it turned out if I didn't have that shield, we would have lost.
Yep.
Because she could be parried, but it was just. All right, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject. Because I'm pretty sure if any of those people watch, they'll figure out that we're generally talking about them. I don't care. I'm just saying. Let's move on to a different subject, shall we? Let's play a number game. Okay?
Okay.
Not including the large, uber popular female streamers. How many female streamers would you be inclined to mix it up with? Just give me a number. We won't. I'm not asking for names at the moment. Just give me a number.
No.
And no, One Shot Girl doesn't count because she's too popular.
And then, like,
although she is not my type though, because she is way too clean. I mean, she could be a freak behind closed doors, but I think she's just way too clean, and it's just like there's no. It's like she's got no edge. I don't have a problem with her or anything like that. I just think she's got no edge. Like she's not edgy at all.
So, I'm guessing when you refer to mix it up, you're talking about
date, bang, hook up, whatever. You know, whatever.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Just give me a number. You don't have to. At the moment, just give me a number. Or if you want me just to say, of all the females between the three of us that we either all know or at least we all know of. And you can include ones that you at least think we know of.
I don't know, man. I follow a lot of streamers.
Well, that's what I said. As far as who you know, the rest of us know about, and you can include someone that you are at least fairly certain we know about, or might be following.
Well, like I know for certain the ones that we know and have talked about. I mean, outside of that, I don't know what all you guys follow, because like I said, I follow quite a few.
Well, just give a number.
Like 5 or 6.
Zach.
Zach's been awfully quiet.
Yeah, he has.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can.
Oh, well, damn. Okay. My mic kind of slid down like probably halfway on my set, and it wasn't wanting to pick up for some god awful reason. But okay, probably 1 or 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, just throw out everything, just straight up. It could be any of the. It just a hookup, a bang, or more.
Well, it's one of those things. I'm having to sit here and think about before I really answer more because I'm trying to think of the ones that we would probably know or have heard of. I'm trying to go through all of them really. And so far, I've only come up with one or two, and probably to tell you the truth, I'd probably start out as hookups and see where it kind of went from there. Possibly.
I'd say 4. I can think of 4. I can think of 4. Yeah. If you're just talking about, I mean, the possibility of something, or if you're just talking about, if you break it down to just straight up, could even be just like a one-nighter, but maybe more than a one-nighter. Yeah, I'd say there's probably 4. Probably 4. Even though, I mean, I'll just say it. I'm not naming names. Even though realistically, I probably wouldn't have a snowball's chance in hell with 3 of them.
Oh, I wouldn't have a snowball chance in hell with any of the ones.
Right this second, I would say I probably don't have a snowball's chance in hell with 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a snowball's chance with either one of mine, but I mean, if wishes were wants, right?
Mm.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to sit here and be like, oh, well, I mean, I would, but theoretically, we know it's probably never would happen, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, pretty much we're just playing the question game. I mean, that's really all it is. No harm, no foul.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all hypothetical.
Yeah. So, I mean, would I? Hell yeah. Is it going to happen? Probably not.
Okay, here's a quick. All right. I'm gonna expand the question. Of the people of the number that you named, because I am absolutely, I don't have a browser open or nothing. My phone's charging on the floor, so I'm not looking at anything. But of the number that you named, and I'll look, I guess, if I have to. Are any of them currently live?
Mm.
You don't have to say how many. Just it's a yes.
Last I checked, one might have been, but they're probably not now. And the other, no, not that I know of.
None of them are live for me.
Well, let's see. Let's have a look. See. Well, it looks like as far as I go, it looks like 0.
A whopping 0.
0. None are on. None are live.
0, the magic number.
Do we have any comments or anything?
Nope. Got 3 people watching, but nobody's talking. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate you guys.
Well, I don't know if I don't have.
I put it on. I posted it. It was your channel, John, on Twitter.
I know
that we were on. So,
I don't have anything. So I guess we're on to the next topic.
Yeah, all right. One of you guys come up with a topic.
Ooh, okay.
Co-hosts.
Okay. Something. Okay, coming up from different generations, I feel like this might be something interesting to kind of talk about. How was each of our childhoods different than the other one? Growing up in different time eras, really.
Well, I think it was probably. I mean, for me, it was drastic. I'm sure it was drastically different, just because things were cheaper. Uh, I didn't have like the electronics ability. The computers weren't this. Gaming wasn't this. TV wasn't like it. TV wasn't like it is. Movies aren't like they are. Um, so basically, like my source of entertainment was I went my ass outside, or I was bored to tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my parents didn't have a shitload of money. I mean, there was a brief time where they were doing all right. But I also had two brothers, so it was kind of divvied. But I think probably I would say the biggest difference between my upbringing, maybe what yours would have been, is simpler.
Okay. John?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of the transition from thanks to the like Panda, appreciate it. For me,
Panda's here.
Yep, Panda's here.
Panda, how are you?
Pretty much.
I expect Panda to pepper us with questions.
Probably. But for me, when I was growing up, I was kind of, I need to pick up my cousin from work, so I'll be back. Have fun, boys. Alrighty, Panda. We'll see you hopefully back here in a little bit.
Well, damn.
But with me growing up, it was kind of like the transition from, the simpler time when there wasn't that much electronics, into the technological age. Like for me, when I got my first cell phone, I think I was like 16 or something like that. When it was a simple standard flip phone, not the, smartphones you have nowadays, which is pretty much what everybody has now. I'm here for 5 minutes and I'll be back. Alrighty. Let's see. I was actually a pretty active kid. Up until I got my first game system, which was the Sega Genesis. And then that pretty much from that point, I was really into gaming.
Yeah.
And then
my first cell phone looked like what a cordless phone looks like now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, my childhood growing up compared to you guys is a lot more. It's a hell of a lot different. I'll go ahead and start by saying this. I've mentioned before that I've had health problems, so I guess I'll go ahead and address that. I have a neuromuscular disease, I think it's what's called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always had an effect on my nervous system. Always.
Yeah.
So I was never really much active as far as, being a child goes. I never really did have friends, as you would say, because I was kind of the outcast kid where nobody really wanted to play with me or anything or shit like that. So truthfully, from the time I was 8 to the time I was 15, this is the God honest truth. I swear on everything, guys. I could not walk because my sickness was so bad that I was actually hospitalized and was in a wheelchair.
Oh wow!
And after years and years of rehabilitation and fighting pretty much my ass off, I was finally able to walk again. And it was only after I was able to really start moving on my own that I started making friends and really being able to pull my own weight. And that kind of speaks of my generation a little bit. It's really showing how selfish my generation can be. looking down on people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, my childhood growing up, you guys is drastically different. See, you guys were able to go out and do everything, which I really wasn't. I pretty much fought for everything that I wanted. Was a very good gamer because that's really all that I had to do. So I sat inside and played video games and really become a fucking beast at them. I mean, certain things I could play that people weren't be able to touch me at.
Well, see, you were lucky in that regard because when I was a kid until the NES came out, I didn't have that. I had to go outside because it was the only thing to do.
Yeah. Which I mean, I'm not saying I didn't go out and be active and stuff like that. It was just more often that I stayed inside than actually go out. Now, parents and siblings would take me places. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. I come from a very big family. I'm number 4 out of 6. Where all my siblings are pretty much grown, so you know, it's just one of those things where you never know. So we take the life that we have for granted, not realizing that we need to make the best of what we have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
It certainly helped me learn that I don't really need a lot.
Same.
Like I don't own a lot of shit because what the hell do I need to have a whole bunch of shit for? What do I need to have, $10,000 worth of clothes in my closet when even if I had the stuff, there'd still only be 5 or 6 things I'd want to wear.
Right.
And chances are there are things that cost me $10. Not, I don't need the shit. I really don't.
Exactly. I mean,
Like the most expensive thing on my body, the most expensive thing I would say on my body on any given day is my tattoo.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've spent. Like, most expensive thing that I'll put on my body has been my tattoos.
Yeah.
same. I have 2.
I only have 1.
I have 5.
5. Damn.
Well, I mean, I want a sleeve. That's my next thing that I want to start working on. I want a sleeve.
Okay, there you go. There's a good segue. What are they?
What are my tattoos?
Yeah, what are the tattoos?
But Tony,
On my right arm, on my wrist, I have Live Free. Above that, I have a memorial tattoo for one of my friends that passed away. And then on my upper right shoulder, I have a tattoo for my son. Wait. I lied, I have 7.
oh god.
On my left hand, I have a 75K racing plate from my grandfather who passed away, I want to say last year or the year before. So I have that in memory of him for when he used to race flat track. On my left wrist, I have Fear Nothing. Above that, I have another memorial tattoo for another one of my friends that passed away. And then on my upper left arm, I have the symbol for my Scottish clan that I'm a descendant of, with Clan Armstrong, which is the clan above it.
Wow,
Okay.
shit. God, that's like a million times more interesting than what I got.
See, the only 2 that I have, one of them I won't really talk about because it has to do with where I'm from. A lot of the guys get it. It's an area code tattoo. Well, at least the guys around here that I, know
Okay,
we all
well,
have it.
That's not weird.
So I have that, and the second one that I have is a cross for my dad. He passed away in 2014, so I have that for him.
Well, God, you guys make me look like a fucking tool here. I have 1 tattoo on my right leg, and it's the logo for the University of Miami.
The U.
Just because I spent 1 semester there, and I can say I went there. I finally got that tattooed on. That's it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just here for the tattoo.
Yeah, but that's you guys have like way better stories. I'm like, yeah, I got the U on my leg. You guys were like, I have the memorial, and I'm not making light of it, but it's like you guys got way more deeper meaning stuff. I just got a sports team thing on my leg.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't get the Georgia G, but I mean, you know.
Oh, and I still have plenty more tattoos I'm planning on getting.
Oh, same. I plan on getting a pretty good bit also.
And
that's not.
All right, go ahead.
It's a majority of probably where my streaming money is gonna go is probably tattoos and getting shit to help out with the stream. Only after I get the shit for the stream will I probably pick up some tattoos. I mean, that's that's a given. That's what the money is for, to help with the stream. So that's what I'm gonna do. But the rest of it, well, that's for me.
There's actually a tattoo artist out here that I think you pay him. I want to say it's like $400 or something like that, and he'll sit there and tattoo you until you can't take it anymore. And so, with me, I'm in constant chronic pain, so getting a tattoo isn't anything. So, I'm hoping to eventually find out when one of these times are, and if I have the money, I'm just gonna, give him the 400, and there's, at least one big one that I want, and then, a couple small ones that I want, and then, basically from that point on, just kind of basically be, if I happen to think of something while he's tattooing me and stuff like that, throw it on there too. So, I'll probably go in there, with probably like twice as many tattoos as I walked in with.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Me, I'd probably sit there. I'd probably let him finish a majority of the sleeve. I might pay for it the next day, but I probably wouldn't know when to quit.
Oh yeah, tattoo pain is nothing, man. Shit.
It's really not. I mean, it hurts like a motherfucker the next day, but when you're getting it, it's not that bad.
But between my tattoos and all the piercings I've had, the one thing that hurt worse out of all of them was when I got my tongue pierced.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
But see, here's
do you hear that, ladies? John. There you go.
Oh god.
But see, okay.
Oh shit.
Just saying.
There's actually an interesting story behind it, but before I get into that story, it actually isn't as painful as you would think. Basically, when I had it done, they give you a little cup of Listerine. You put it in your mouth, you swish it around, you spit it out. And the way that it was described to me, what it does is it confuses your nerves because it's got alcohol and stuff in it.
Mm.
And then they take a needle and, they pierce your tongue. I don't know anybody else's experiences, but for me, I felt the needle go all the way through my tongue. I thought it was pretty cool. And then, they put the barbell in, they tighten it. They tell you to rinse your mouth out with salt water to disinfect the wound and everything. But see, the whole piercing part isn't what hurts. It's the days after when your tongue swells up and you can barely talk and you're drooling all over the place.
Yeah, I can see where that would be an issue. The only part that hurt about my tattoo, when I got my cross, when they started getting to the inside arm, one of the points hurt a little bit. And on the underside of my arm, they were doing the what is it? Well, they were doing the lines for the letters. That kind of hurt a little bit.
Now, is it just me? I don't know. And obviously with tattoos, there's pain involved. But it seemed to me, I felt it more when he was doing the outline than when he was shading it in.
Well, yeah, because, with the outline is what, they basically set up the whole premise with and kind of gives them, the guides for, if there's any shading or anything like that. So they do go a lot deeper with like the outlining than they do with the actual shading. Like when I got my tattoo from my grandfather on my hand, you know, there's a point that goes like literally right over where my knuckle for my pinky is. And, you know, the guy, you know, put the ink in the needle and stuff like that, and he looked at me, he's like, all right, he's like, this is gonna hurt, and he ran over it, and, you know, like, it tickled, I guess is the best way to describe it, like, it didn't really hurt at all. And when he got done with it, he's like, man, you're a beast, and I looked at him like, dude, I'm in constant pain, this ain't nothing compared to the pain I'm in.
Like
pretty much. So pretty much, you're just like sitting there, and he's like, "How are you?" It's like, "Oh, are you working on me?" Like, I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's get into something juicy.
Yeah. All right. What you guys got?
We got to get into something juicy because I know it's a man thing, and we talked about tattoos and stuff like that, but we got to get into something juicy. I'm not saying let's cause a shitstorm, but let's try to be a little controversial.
All right.
A little controversial. There's
Wait a minute.
A little. I mean, let's. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Something that people would maybe, because really, have we really said anything that anybody could like even attempt to debate us on? That's what I'm saying. Like something that somebody could actually like, if they wanted to comment, like have a differing opinion or like debate us on or whatever it is. Like we've kind of kept it pretty light so far. Like tattoos and like childhood and a what if, a very vague what if. But let's throw a little meat on the grill, so to speak.
All right.
Let's see.
Oops.
Well, damn. Well, damn. I don't know.
Exactly. We sit here. We talk about what to do, spice this shit up. And then it's like,
it's funny. It's easier to talk about shit when we're just
going.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As of right now, this isn't that bad, but we'll warm up to it. As of right now, who is the oldest woman that you would have sex with?
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one. I think she's in her 30s.
God.
Pretty sure she is in her mid to late 30s.
Who?
Somebody that I know here.
Okay. John, help me out here because I was pretty tame.
Well, let's see. Back when I was in...
No, right now. The question is right now.
Right now.
I know right now, but you wanted some juice, so I'm going to give you some juice. I mean, it's not right now, but it's something. Because kind of at the moment, it's really hard to really say because, like, I literally don't really do much or get out of the house or really know anybody out here, so it's kind of really hard to say.
It doesn't have to be, like, it can be a famous person.
Oh, famous person, Scarlett Johansson, no fucking, no doubt about that.
Well, that's the oldest. That's the oldest.
What's her face? Hang on, I gotta Google this. I can't think of her name for the freaking life of me.
And here we go. We're Googling shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I don't need to Google mine.
Sofia Vergara.
Okay, was she
None
like
of
late 40s?
Yep, late 40s. She's 46.
That's the oldest. That's the oldest woman on Earth that you'd have sex with.
That I can think of off the top of my head, yes.
Oh, I got you beat then.
Oh, what you got, Gramps?
I have always wanted to get it on with Jane Seymour.
I'm sorry.
John might know. John might know who she is.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking around going, what?
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Do you remember that show, John?
Oh God, yes, I would do her too.
Even right now, I would still do it.
I would too. She's amazing. She's 67 and she still looks good. I mean, damn.
It looks very, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
Fit to say, okay, guys, I'm the child out of the bunch. So, I mean, there's sometimes you'll probably have to explain some shit, but I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, I could probably, if I dug around enough, I could probably, you know.
Hey, Gramps.
Yeah.
How about Sigourney Weaver?
I think I would, and she's what, 68, something like that.
Yeah, she turned 69 in October. Good number.
You know, I think if for nothing else than just say I banged Ellen Ripley, I think I'd say yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because at times, like did you watch The Defenders? Did you watch that show?
The Defender.
The Netflix show with all the Marvel Netflix stuff with Daredevil and.
Yeah, no, I never actually got to watch that.
No, she looked good in that. She looked good in that.
Oh, I just had somebody in it. Oh, hang on. She's not quite to that extreme, but Lucy Lawless too.
Yeah, yeah. Was she like early 50s?
Yeah, she's 50.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cause she's on Ash vs. Evil Dead. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so let me add a little more spice to this. Gramps went with the oldest. I'm gonna flip it around.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
I'm not getting arrested. Ain't no one coming banging on my door.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go right now.
Okay,
mine is 19. Mine is 19. I will not go 18. Mine is definitely 19. Even though I'm 23, I will still not talk to an 18-year-old because it still makes me feel, how do I explain it? It's
like
still
a
kind of fucked up. Yeah.
Oh man, you bastard. Shit. I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, because I don't know. I don't know ages. So, I mean, I know they're. Don't get me wrong. I know they're legal, but I don't know their ages. Like I really like Emma Watson, but I know she's not that young.
Emma Watson's a good choice.
And I do like Haley Steinfeld.
Another one
she's in the Bumblebee. If you've seen the trailer for Bumblebee,
yeah, I know you're talking about.
Spin-off, that's her. I want to say she's in her early 20s, so I don't think I could go. Honestly, I don't think I could go any younger than 23, maybe. I think I could. It would just be weird. I don't care how fine she is. I just think it would be weird.
Yeah, I'd at least have to go for 21 because.
Because I have like a 20-year-old son, so and he has a 20-year-old girlfriend, so it's like it would just be weird. She could be she could be like hotter than the pits of hell, and it would be weird because I don't know.
So this kind of brings me back to what I was trying to say before when Gramps asked who's the oldest, and I was trying to tell a past story. But when I was younger, in my early 20s, I almost hooked up with somebody old enough to be my mom.
Well, damn.
Well, I told you, I already said this before. I lost my virginity to a 36-year-old.
Fair enough.
I was 16.
True.
Fair enough.
That's not the oldest I've been with, though.
Hmm.
18. Right? You ready for this?
All right, what you got?
18. 40.
Wow. Oh, Gramps, you got in trouble, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Look at the Discord.
Look at the Discord. What'd I do? What?
Just look at it.
Just look at it. What?
Just look. Just go check the main chat. You got in trouble, my man.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Hey. Which I'll say this. I'm still young, so I will say this. I've only slept with 3 women in my life, actually.
Well, guess what? I'm almost double your age, and I'm only at 6.
Y'all making me feel like a man whore over here.
John's been laying pipe, apparently.
And you talk about your trouble with women, and you've got us both beat?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear shit else about it. If anything, we should be coming to you for us.
Alright, hang on. Let me sit here and figure out.
Oh God, he has to take time to think. You are.
Go ahead. See if you can count them all on both hands.
Oh, it's probably more than that. See,
he'll get.
Now he's gonna make us look like he's gonna make us look like virgins now.
I know, right? Like, I'm gonna feel like the damn freshman nerd at the fucking science class compared to this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Are you in you're not gonna be in Wilt Chamberlain territory, are you?
Define Wilt Chamberlain territory.
Over 15.
Wilt Chamberlain say something like 50,000 or some shit?
Yeah,
I think he played something in the tens of thousands.
Yeah, no, I'm not anywhere close to that.
Oh, okay. Are we talking triple digits?
No.
Well, all right.
I'm gonna guess over 25.
Nah, I don't think it's quite that much.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna say something in the late teens.
Yeah, 15.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that's not all right. That's not man whore. Shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. It still makes us look bad, but it's not that bad. Oh, remember what you just said a minute ago? Uh-oh, you're in trouble. I just got a message.
Oh, God.
I was more or less told to get out of her Discord and make my own.
Really?
Wow.
Well, so you were kicked out, basically.
No, I wasn't kicked out. I don't believe.
I mean, it says you're still there.
Oh, I mean, apparently I'm using her.
Abusing her. Huh.
All right.
Okay then. Alright. She says bullshit, Tony. I've been here the whole time. Okay.
You know what? I got a little something brewing in my belly, and I don't mean to shit, although I do have to take one. But
Oh goddamn.
you know what? I'm gonna go pinch a quick loaf. Shouldn't take long, 2 minutes tops, and get a drink. You know what? Invite Panda to the call. I think I'm ready to stir up some trouble. Buckle your seatbelts, boys. Somebody just crossed me.
Okay. So, John, how's it going?
It's going good. I guess for now.
For now, I really wish I had some more Mountain Dews, but I unfortunately do not. So I will have to resort to probably drinking tea here in a little bit.
Tea still isn't
Yeah.
bad.
No, not really. It was some pretty good weather while I was sleeping earlier. Just kind of talk a little bit, kind of put the time till Gramps gets back. Yeah, I woke up this afternoon. It was nice and rainy out. Laid there to listen to the thunder and all for a little bit, the rain on the roof, and it was nice and relaxing. It was dark as hell in my room. It was just perfect sleeping atmosphere. That's how I woke up this morning.
Yeah, there was a thunderstorm out here last night, so that was fun and got me to not enjoy sleep until early this morning.
Well, fair enough. Gramps, you made it back yet?
But I still think he's pinching a loaf.
I think he's still pinching one. I hear something.
Oh, sounds like he's coming back.
Wow. All right.
All right, welcome back, Gramps.
Did I miss anything?
No, we just talked a little bit about the weather.
Yep.
My ass. What'd you actually talk about?
No,
we
legit.
actually talked.
You can go back and
I'll
watch.
watch this later.
We actually legit talked about the weather. Oh shit.
Okay. Disclaimer for anybody who is watching now or might watch in the future. Anything I say from here on out is my opinion, my words, and mine alone. It does not reflect the opinions of John or Zach. If they choose to agree with anything I say, that is they will do so of their own volition and probably die with me. But I'm just letting it be known because she literally just tried to call me.
I'm just letting it be known. I'm sure John will agree. On the furthest thing from this situation, I'm just here. I mean, at this point, it's whatever.
She just tried to call me.
She's probably gonna cut you through.
Whoa, dude. Should I even say this?
I don't know.
We are your friends, Erica.
I thought you guys were my friend. Erica, we are your friends. It's just we don't want this drama. It's like I said, I'm the furthest thing removed from this. I just wish everybody would get on speaking terms so this community could grow. When I came into it, that's what I saw was a growing community that were a good group of people. Like, I don't want, I just don't want the bullshit. Really.
Exactly, and that's all we were saying.
And this is what, because I said the Mancast is on? It's not like I linked or did anything. I mean, did that...
I purposely, I'm going to be honest, I know some people are different. I don't really care if people are like, hey, this is what I'm doing,
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm going to be like, cool, is there any way that I could help? Like, I have a self-promotion thing, even on my Discord. But if somebody still says something...
I didn't well, number one, okay, I did not self-promote. I just said the Mancast is live. I didn't say where, what, who. That's all I said. Because people talked about it and it seemed like people were going to want to watch.
No.
And then the girls were talking about doing their own. So the fact that I said it was on.
All I said was for him to make his own Discord so he could promote his stuff. That's it. Did he wants to ruin life? No, he's not talking about ruining your life. I mean, Gramps?
What?
She says that all I said for him to make his own Discord so he can promote his stuff, that's it. That he wants to ruin my life, question marks.
What the hell what am I doing to ruin her life? I didn't say anything.
I'm just going to No, don't do that,
Erica.
No, stay.
What did I say? I didn't say anything. I'm a little shocked at the kind of rudeness of the message about, like, I didn't really do anything wrong, but I mean...
You guys have a great... Oh, God.
I mean, Erica, we're not going to force you to stay, but, if you at least stay and talk with us, we can at least get somewhere, because honestly, I'm kind of with Gramps. I'm kind of confused because you have the self-promotion thing, and he was, expressing things from my channel, so
yeah,
I'm just kind of confused, kind of what's going on too.
I'm Switzerland.
Damn it, Zach.
No, I'm actually legit.
What? Okay, all right. Good. Is it really that bad? If it's that bad that I said the chat, even though people were talk about all kinds of weird shit in the main chat, then it will not happen again. Because I didn't link it. I didn't say come to anybody's channel. I just said the Mancast is live. That's it. I didn't say where to go, who was involved, nothing. But if that's an issue, even though people were talking about all kinds of other shit, that doesn't really involve Erica's stream, as she said. Okay. Then I won't. Because I already have. She's been deleting comments of mine. I didn't even say fucking penis. And that got deleted.
Oh.
She says that her main chat isn't for self-promo.
What the fuck was self-promo? I said the man chat is live. Did I say my man chat is live? I just said the man chat is live, or the man whatever. I don't even remember what the fuck I said. The Mancast. I said the Mancast is live. That's it. If that's... I mean, okay. I mean, it's really, really extremely vague, I guess. If you want to call it promotion, it's really vague because I didn't say who was involved. Where I didn't even say it's not even on my channel.
Okay, this is an interesting one. I'll read this one out. Let me quote: "Invite Panda to the chat. I want to stir up stuff now." That is what Erica said.
Pissed off for a minute.
Even if she was in my Discord, speaking of which, we are
She's
in my
not.
Discord right now.
She's not. She's not.
The room that we are in is my office. You have to have a special permission from me to even join this voice call. And the only people, there is 5 people on my Discord that have this. Me, John Gramps, and 2 of my mods. That's...
And besides, and let me clarify, if I may. Me saying stir up some shit, all I meant was just have Panda be part of the conversation. It wasn't. I didn't mean I was going to get like specific and like and put everybody on blast. Okay, just meant let Panda be part of the conversation because she wanted to be part of the conversation. So I guess, all right, low blow, I suppose, but it wasn't. I wasn't saying I'm going to put people on blast or put everybody's business on the street. That's not what I meant. I just probably sounded that way from the way I said it, but that's not what I really meant.
Plus, I mean, we pretty much all agreed before we started doing this. I mean, there is a limit to some stuff that, it's no holds barred, but there is a limit to how far we'll take some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just not something personally that I will be a part of. But other than that, I just want to do this for fun. I mean, yes, of course there's going to be drama. Yes, of course some people are going to be pissed off at some of the things we say. But, I mean, no... how do I word this? I got to be really careful.
There aren't going to be any personal attacks on anybody.
Yes.
And I said it. I said what I said. I was mad. I said it wrong, and I see how it's interpreted one way. But it was meant to be like she wanted to be part of this conversation, and so it's like, okay, let it be part of the conversation, not to put anybody's business on the street.
Hmm.
Not putting anybody's business on blast. I'm not like that. I'll put my business on blast, but I'm not going to put everybody else's on blast.
No kidding. I mean, you guys want to hear a joke?
Sure.
My life.
Saw that one coming a mile away.
Exactly.
Telegraph.
So, I mean, let's be real here. I have no problems with anybody.
There's nobody's going, like, nobody's getting ruined or anything. Come on.
Too much of an asshole.
I said something. What?
I said I'm too much of an asshole to let,
Oh. I said something. I said something in a horrible tone that was misinterpreted.
Stuff like that happens all the time, but
because if anything, if Panda was really part of this conversation, it would probably. I mean, I guess it might upset some people, or some people might think it's odd or something like that. So I guess in essence, that would be what I meant by stirring up shit.
Yeah.
But I ain't talking. I'm not going to talk anybody's personal business. Besides, we already know Panda don't talk like. Panda ain't gonna talk personal. She's vague as shit.
Exactly. So, Erica, if you're still here, we do apologize. It's not how anything was meant. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's out on the. I mean, guys, it's pretty much that.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not putting anybody's business on the street.
Yeah, your business is your business, and we may be sitting here talking, but your personal stuff, whether we know it or not, we're not going to sit here and slam you every step of the way. That's just not who we are. We're just having, a conversation, and I mean, how to put it?
Do you really think it's basically is this? Do you really think we're here because we want to make enemies of people?
Fuck no, I got enough of those.
Yeah, trust me, my list, fucking size of Yellow Brick Road.
No kidding. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I'm saying. It's like I said before. I came here because I saw a growing community and I liked what I saw. I wanted to be a part of this, not for my own selfish reasons, because I don't have any. It's just I seen a good group of people that I wanted to be a part of. Because when you're around good people, good things happen. Get in with a good group of people, where you can enjoy life. So that's pretty much that.
Yep.
Let me see here.
So I hope everything's good, Erica. Again, we do apologize for anything misinterpreted and what has been said by us.
Anywho,
next subject.
Next subject. Next subject. Awkward pauses.
Awkward pauses. Past relationships. This is something. I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's go down this road, gentlemen. Past relationships.
I got a question first. How far back are we going?
As far back as you would like to talk about.
Okay. I'll talk about. All right. I'll talk about a relationship I had in high school, and I was. You want to talk? I was horrible to her. Okay. Not during. I want to preface that. So, I meet this girl. I still remember her name to this day because the guy she ended up dating after me, she's actually still with, and they have like 8 kids. But anyway, I met this girl, really, really sweet girl, like really religious, super, all this kind of stuff. And I had this friend, kind of friend, and he was a very, very large man, boy, whatever. And I don't mean tall. Okay, I don't mean length. I mean width. And he was dating her sister, and she had a width issue. But so I meet this girl, and she's really, really sweet, and we hit it off, and we're just, we're crazy about each other. Like I'm talking on the phone to her at night when I shouldn't be on the phone because, like late, and I'd either hang up the phone or I'd put the phone down and pretend I'm sleeping if one of my parents came creeping around. Real. It was a total love thing, or for as much as you can be in love at 15, I guess. And I had this other friend who apparently liked this girl that I didn't know and did not care for me, even though I thought we were friends. And he said some shit about me, whatever it was, and whatever it was worked because this girl basically dumped me, stopped talking to me. So, rumor had it that her sister gave up the cookie, even though they were very religious and were supposed to wait till marriage. She gave up the cookie. And this very large friend of mine said that it was a little, a little funkalicious. So in hearing that, I assumed the same about my ex. So my friends and I, the horrible bastards that we were, decided to start calling her Tuna. And we, all through the halls of the school, if we even thought we saw her or her sister in the hall, we would all scream Tuna. And they would and they would all, it would echo and people would laugh and it was embarrassing. And we would draw pictures of, like, because we all had art class, so we would do these really intricate pictures of fish and stuff them in her locker. We would call her house and yell, and when somebody answered, we'd yell Tuna and hang up the phone.
Oh God.
Oh, that's not the worst. We would, on the weekends, we would go hang out, and because obviously one of my friends drove, so we would drive by the house all night and screaming out the window at their house. Even in like the wee hours of the morning when we weren't supposed to be out, we would just drive by the house and go, Tuna! But what we did, the worst thing we did was there was this place called Snook Nook. Because we weren't, at least where I grew up, I was probably a mile from the beach. So there was this place called Snook Nook where you could buy all your, all your fishing needs. Fishing, rods, reels, all that kind of stuff. Well, they sold fish. So what we did was we bought 3 or 4 pretty large tuna, took them to her house, put them in the yard, put them in the bushes, and put them in her mailbox, and left them there till they got nice and baked in the sun.
Oh. Oh, damn, that's
Well,
fucking...
it got me suspended from school because the guy she started seeing, who she's still with now, almost 30 years later, and have like 8 kids with, well, he obviously took offense to what I did and decided to try to fight me at school, and I beat the shit out of him and got suspended from school for it. But yeah.
Fair enough.
And that continued until senior year of high school. I tortured her for 2 years just because she dumped me.
Okay.
And Zach, your DM, same.
I kind of figured.
Whatever. Hey, new group.
Fine with it. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Okay, that's where I was.
I was gonna say, can you top that one?
Well, okay. I'm going to talk about the last one that I was in. The girl I was engaged to for 3.5 years. We're going to go here. When I met her, I mean, obviously I'm going to do a little bit of a time skip here. For probably the first year or so of the relationship, things were really good. We had no problem, anything like that. So, well,
why did you do that, Erica?
Why did you do that? Okay. After that, I started noticing little things becoming different. We started fighting a little more. Well, over the course of about 6 months, things got progressively worse. So, we're in the second year of the relationship. By this point, she's going places with me and my family, like on vacation and shit like that. And
wow. Yeah, okay.
It's always some kind of drama with her. And another thing, I was never allowed to have female friends. That was a big issue.
No, I don't actually. Even to this day, I don't believe in that.
Exactly, and I will get to that later on. I was never allowed to have female. Well, I abide by it to a certain extent. I have my friends that I absolutely refuse to give up because they were there for me when nobody was. Like, these were like friends that I've been friends with since middle school. Like, those are my ride or die girls. So she got pretty pissed off when I refused to get rid of some of them, which I still didn't talk to them, but they were there if I needed them. There was an understanding. So about another year into the relationship, things get really toxic. I start finding messages. I start hearing little things here and there. Um, by this time, I quit spending a lot of time and had mainly been doing other things to kind of just kill the time. I'd sit here and play the game, wouldn't answer. We'd argue about it because I got tired of dealing with it. Needless to say, I call it selfish, call it whatever. I was looking for a way out, to tell you guys the truth. Well, I was looking for it my own accord, not the way that it come. 3.5 years in the relationship, not that it ended. I found out that she had been hanging out with a guy, and I called and confronted her about it, and she was actually on from hanging with that guy that very I nutted the flying fuck up. So it was a pretty nasty breakup. Still to this day, there's still that tension, but we're better. Now, on the other hand, she's still with the guy that she was hanging out with. They got together like 3 days after me and her broke up. So that tells me right there was something.
Oh, no question. No question.
Yeah, exactly. So he hates my guts for some reason. And I hate his, to tell you the truth. So what does she do? About 3 months after we break up, we get on decent terms or whatever. Her 21st birthday, they get engaged. I almost died fucking laughing. It was the greatest thing ever.
Really?
Yes, I am like, you dumb bitch. You are making a mistake. You do not realize what you are doing. Because honestly, I think that in the beginning, her doing that was more to teach me a lesson. I think she had false feeling because some of the stuff that I'm about to tell you guys, this is where the cut stuff comes in, guys. This is where things get juicy. She's told me some things that she hasn't even told her parents about how they argue. He's put his hand on her face and like pushed her in the walls and shit. Like, I'm not dropping names. This is just shit that's happened. Because she's told me it personally. Well, she invited me to her wedding.
Whoa.
She has invited me to her wedding. And the only thing that I can is she's told me before that she doesn't know if she's happy or not. But she was happy with me. I personally think, this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. I think she's trying to bring me there to stop them.
Why?
A means of escape, really. I'm just somebody that she could put the blame on if that wedding were.
That's odd.
Which I mean, I can see it. Which I'm not saying I was perfect in a relationship. I had my, but I never hit her. Yes, we argued, but I never laid hands on her once. I'm not that kind of guy. I can't stand for somebody to hit a woman. It's just
true.
I was raised different than that. So, you know, to hear that he's done that, it really boils my blood a little bit. But needless to say, I've digressed and pretty much decided I'm not going to the wedding. Because the simple fact is, she's made her bed, she can lay in it. If she wants her way out, she can find it herself. But I refuse to be a part of it.
No, you know what? That's actually the right thing to do, despite what's going on with her and that guy, because she chose him.
Yep.
And she dumped you and she hurt you. So why should you do anything about it?
Exactly.
You don't have to. You have every right not to like it, and maybe want to like cave his fucking skull in for what he's doing. But then again, she did this to herself.
I mean, you're right, and I will neither confirm nor deny the violence part, but
You don't have to, because any decent guy would want to.
Oh yeah.
Any decent human being would want to just, I mean, rip his arm off and beat him to death with it. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's, but it did teach me a lot. It did teach me, there's a lot of things I could have done better, and I'm hoping that she learned some things out of it too, because I've pretty much figured out the next girl that I get, that'll be my queen. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I've had my heart broke too many times. So
Jeez. Hey, you don't have to tell me, brother.
So future wife, if you ever hear this podcast, just know you're either my okay, it's pretty much you're either my last or my first murder. That's pretty much it.
Well, okay, that's straightforward.
Yep.
All right, John, what do you got for us? Can you talk? What do you got?
I don't have anything as juicy and stuff like that.
Well, damn.
Well, damn, John, you gotta have something, man.
Okay, well, all right. I have another one. I have another one.
All right, let's go for it, Gramps.
Okay, so I'm a younger man. Obviously, pre-wife, of course, and I'm working at a grocery store, and I'm working in the, what they call the grocery department. The unloading the truck, stocking the shelves, all that shit.
Mm.
So they hire these two females to work on the crew, and I was considered what they called the crew chief. So basically what I did was when the stuff came in, I had to make sure that it was all there, the count was right, and all that kind of stuff. So whatever. So I was sort of their boss. One was younger, closer to my age, and the other was older. Probably at the time, she was probably late 30s.
Mm.
And they come in there and they're doing their thing, and a month or two go by, and the assumption is they're mother and daughter because that's how they were acting. Turns out they're not mother and daughter. They're a couple.
What?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're a couple. And the younger one, other than wearing some makeup and having long hair, dressed like a boy.
Mm.
And the older one, dressed, I guess, like normally like a female would dress, or even for a job like that, but was really ugly. Really ugly. But I digress. So, it was an overnight job, so we would, after work, sometimes we'd congregate and drink a beer and shoot the shit just to kind of unwind from the long night before everybody went home and went to sleep, whatever. And then it kind of graduated to the point where the whole crew on nights off, minus the one person who have to work, because somebody had to be there every night. So minus the one person that would have to be there, the rest of the crew on an off night would go out.
Hmm.
And it seemed like more often than not, it would be like, I don't know why, but it was karaoke. I think it would just be basically because it was one of those places where, you know, a couple of us had connections so we could kind of drink even though we shouldn't have been able to, but we were allowed to. They would kind of hooked up. So we would go and drink and have a good time, and some people would do karaoke. It was just basically an excuse to hang out and drink, whatever. So it kind of got to the point where, you know, I was cool with everybody. I was cool with the two girls and everything like that, and then it started kind of getting a little sort of flirty between me and the younger one. But it was like, to me, it was harmless because it's like, okay, she's a lesbian, so what's the big deal if I flirt with a lesbian? I got no shot. You know what I mean? So then the older one starts kind of getting a little flirty. And it's like, it's like, I definitely ain't doing that. But it's like, again, it's like, what's not a big deal? They're lesbians. It's kind of like just, you know, everybody's just kind of goofing around, having fun, whatever. So one night, the two of them, because I can't say girls or women, is, you know, was kind of like, they were like, oh, we're gonna have like a cookout, and we're gonna have everybody over to our house. So I'm like, all right, cool, that sounds fun, you know, go and eat some food and drink and everything like that. Well, turns out I was the only one invited.
Oh shit.
So I show up, and after a while, I realize I'm the only one invited because nobody else is there. But I also come to find out that the two of these females have anger problems, and they fight physically.
What?
So in the span of 2 hours, these two basically have two fist fights, and I'm going, I should probably get the fuck out of here now, because if the cops get called or something, I don't want to be here. Because you have two females who look like they've gotten their ass kicked, and then you've got the guy. Well, what is that going to look like?
Oh yeah, I can see where that's
Right. But apparently they fought, and then they were like you know, cuddling up to each other right after, and it really weird, but whatever.
okay.
So it calms down, and it kind of like relaxes and joking and stuff, and then the older one gets up from her chair, walks over to me, grabs me by the back of my head. I was wearing a hat, and I wasn't bald at the time. I hadn't started doing the shaved head thing. Grabbed me by the back of my head, pulls my head back, and plants a kiss on me.
What?
Yeah. Next thing I feel is a glass bottle hitting this woman in the head, and glass flying by my eyes because the younger one threw a bottle at her.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit.
So then they get into an argument because it's like, you know, I knew you fucking had the hots for him, blah, blah, blah. And then there's, well, you have the hots for him too, and you want to fuck him and all this. And I'm going, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So then the younger one rolls up on me and kisses me. And it was there was nothing to that kiss. It was basically like,
so pretty much the older one
well, it turns out this was planned. So basically what happened was, after that happened, they're arguing, and then it settles down, and then I'm like, well, I'm going to go ahead and go home. And the younger one was like, well, wait, come here, I want to show you something. So I follow her. She leads me into her bedroom, and then the other one walks in, and it was a setup. They wanted to have a threesome.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of figurable. At that point.
So the ugly one, the older one, the ugly one, really wanted to have sex with me because she was not totally lesbian. The younger one was totally lesbian and was willing to have sex with me for the sake of her partner.
Okay.
Wow.
And I turned them down and went home.
Wow.
Because I didn't want to have sex with the older ugly one. I wanted to have sex with the younger one who didn't really want to have sex with me because she was full on lesbian. So I wasn't willing to do both. So I left. I mean, forget the fact that they were like Bobby and Whitney as far as okay. Forget that part. It's just the fact that the one I was willing to have sex with wasn't into guys, and the one that wanted to have sex with me, I wouldn't touch with my worst enemy's dick. That's how ugly she was.
Oh God.
And it's the worst part of it is she had a fucking killer body, but she had a tub of butterface.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. And needless
That's
to say, not long after that, the three of us stopped talking to each other. And
I
the
can
older
tell.
one started dating a guy.
And the younger one just went on about her. Basically.
The younger one actually. Oh, if you want another story, because I've got those. If you want another story, that girl ended up screwing me over. Here's how. Here's how. So, again, free wife. Because I had that kind of job, I would work out on my off days because this was obviously before wife, before military and all that. But I was getting in shape. So I was starting to get a little bit of, muscle tone and all this kind of good stuff. So there was this cashier at the store, and let's just say it was legal for the two of us to do stuff, okay? And she ended up liking me, so we kind of hooked up. And she was a high school cheerleader, so bucket list. Because when I was in high school, I had no shot at a cheerleader, but for some reason at this particular point, I did. So I hook up with this girl. It did not last long. It was basically physical. It was all physical. But hey, no big deal. Whatever. It happens. So New Year's rolls around, and there's a New Year's party with some people from the job, and she was there, and obviously we all hung out, and people played cards and beer pong, and and obviously we got a little frisky when the clock struck 12 and everything like that. But about 3:00 in the morning, I went home because I had to be at work at 7, and I was drunk. So, I get up that next day and go to work, and it was a horrible day, obviously, because I had to work 7 to 4, so it was a horrible fucking day. So I get up, I go to work, I have a miserable day at work, I go home and I go to sleep because I have that next day off. So I basically slept until the next day. The next day, this girl shows up at my door, the one I was seeing, and tells me that it's not working out and she doesn't want to see me anymore. And of course, I'm hurt and upset because I'm like, I don't understand, because we're getting along and we're having a good time together, and obviously the physical stuff was awesome. Well, turns out that after I left the New Year's Eve party, this chick that I was seeing had an all-nighter sex session with the lesbian girl that
You're fucking kidding right now, right?
I'm absolutely not kidding. And they dated for about a year.
Holy shit.
So if you think back, I did say at one point I was broken up with for another woman. That's what it was.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was cheated on. So and this lesbian girl was my friend. I mean, we were cool. We were friends. We texted and hung out alone, and nothing happened. Even though I would have happily done it, but yeah, I was betrayed not only by somebody I was dating, but by a friend, because I thought, even though I don't think girls and guys can be friends, because eventually somebody wants something, no matter
Yeah.
what. I thought I made an exception because she was straight up lesbian, and there was no way in hell she'd ever do anything with me. Regardless of the fact that I was willing to do anything with her, I wasn't like in love with her. I didn't have, it wasn't like that. I just was, if she had said, hey, you know what, I want to try being with a guy, let's go for it, let's have sex, I would have done it. But yeah. Yep. I was cheated on. So I was left for another woman. I don't want to say I turned her lesbian, because that can't be the case. I just think she wanted to try it out. Because trust me, I took care of things physically. So it wasn't like I was so horrible that I turned her gay. That might have been the story that might have been told to some people, but that is not the case. But yeah, that happened. So if anybody wants to change the subject now, because I have told some doozies.
All right. John, what kind of subject you got for us? You've been awfully quiet.
Yeah. Oh, because he's taking this all in. He's like, you know what? Things aren't that bad. Gramps is pretty fucked up. It's okay, John. It's okay. I am.
I think we all are on some kind of level.
Oh yeah, no question. I'm fucked up. That's no question. Trust me, I'm the first one to admit I got issues, bro.
Oh, I got issues too.
I am by no means perfect. I am not the happiest person in the world. I do not wake up every day and go to bed every day happy. That is absolutely untrue.
I feel you there.
There are a lot of days where sometimes I just don't want to do nothing. I get those miserable feelings, like I guess you could say it's depression, but it's not. I guess it's a highly controllable version, because it's like I just sometimes I'm fine, and it's just like, I'm just going about my business. I'm living my life. I got my friends. I'm doing my thing. Everything's cool. And then I have those moments where, like, I spent half my life with somebody and it's gone, and she's with another guy, and my kid don't talk to me, and okay, now I'm depressed.
Right.
I have those moments. And I have horrible anxiety issues. I have panic attacks. Every day I have panic attacks. Sometimes that's why, I might be playing a game or whatever it is, or like watching a stream or whatever it is, and I'm not saying anything. I'm there, but something's going on, and I can't.
Right.
I can't deal. And I got to be quiet for a little bit and just kind of woo-saw and decompress, or, So, like, trust me, John, I'm the last person that would ever make fun of you, and because to be honest with you, if things hadn't happened to me the way they did, where I got offered the deal I got offered, I would have been in the same boat as you. I would have had to disability. I would have had no other choice.
Right.
Because there's no way I could have done anything else. Now, I mean, I can I can walk and everything like that, but I can't sleep certain ways at night because of my back. Sometimes I'll randomly stand up and my knee is so bad my leg gives out, or my leg will go numb. If I keep my leg straight, my leg will go numb, and I can't walk. I mean, temporarily I can't walk, but it's still, in between that and anxiety, dude, I can't do much of anything. I hate fucking crowds. I can't be in crowds, man, anymore. It used to be, I can't now. Like if the hardest time of the year for me is Christmas time, because I want to go like shopping, and I have to go like to a mall or something, and I go to the mall and I'm around all those people. I freak. Is Panda in? Panda's in general chat, I think, bro.
She's joined the Discord. Well, that's pretty much it.
No, because I just saw a thing pop up.
She's just in the thing. She's not getting any. Yeah, you know how that goes.
Yep.
It's like I said. Only people that have a certain can get in this channel.
Right.
This is strictly prohibited to mods and myself.
All right, so let's what else we got? Because we don't have to do this much longer, because we can make this a weekly thing. But what else we got? Because we don't want to blow our wad the first. But at least the next time we can like get questions, gather up questions, and come up with maybe just a topic that we can discuss, or something like that, or field questions from people, stuff they want to hear, stuff like that. But
because I mean, we got some aftermath of this show to deal with anyway. So
Jesus God, do we? What's his, by the way, no offense, but what's we? It's gonna be mostly me.
Yeah, that is true.
That
is true.
Although I didn't do anything wrong. I just may have worded something wrong or been misinterpreted, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Technically.
It's either ways, I figure we probably got about 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's give it. Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking on Sundays we make this our roundhouse talk night.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good to me.
And we can bring more people in if they want to join us.
Right.
Oh yeah. This was just episode number 1, which interested to see how this turns out. Really.
Right.
I think it was all right.
I think the night actually went fairly well.
Yeah, I mean, for being our first time and just kind of spitballing stuff kind of left and right out of, nowhere.
The Mancast.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good for a first. People definitely. If there's anybody out there who wanted to know anything about any of us, I think they've learned something. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we will have a. I want to say we'll go ahead. We'll try to have it up by next Sunday that people could join to submit us questions that we could read off, and we'll also have people joining in the chats and in questions that we can answer and stuff like that. So next week we'll be better prepared. Needless to say.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we just need a topic one last topic to discuss about.
One last topic.
Now, how are we gonna do this in the future? Are we gonna like create a channel just for this? Are we gonna alternate between the three of us? I mean, how are we gonna do this?
I mean, we could probably just create a channel.
We could probably just create a channel for this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that thought crossed my mind, but I was just curious how we were going to do it, because I would have been fine with whatever. I would have been fine with alternating. I would have been fine with like how we're doing it now, like one person stream and then the other two can post it on their channel too. I really didn't care because it's our thing. It's nobody individually. It's our thing, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
Right.
which I don't know if that's something we'll definitely have to go over to try to get a better understanding of how we want to do this. Because I mean, it's like I said, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me either way.
Yep.
All we need to know is eventually we're gonna build this thing up and we're gonna have merchandise. So yeah, it's the Mancast Talk Show.
Yep.
All right, but anyways, we got about 12 minutes left, so there's probably time for more topic we can roll over.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's up to you guys.
Has anybody got something?
Okay. But before we head off, what is the one thing that you guys always do in life? We'll end it on this.
Okay, ask it again. You partially broke up.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you guys always to do in your life?
Well, before I was going to start college, I was a pretty well known around here and really talented soccer player. And I had a scholarship offer to play soccer, and I had a tryout for the it was called the junior team back then, but now it's called the under 19 national team, which is where I first really fucked up my knee. And when that happened, obviously I wasn't going to have a shot at making the team because I messed my knee up, and I basically gave up and never played again. So had that not happened, I fully believe I would have been a professional soccer player.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
Well, there's a couple of things that I wanted to do when I was growing up. One of them was I wanted to be a football player. I played for a little league when I was younger. I really enjoyed that. But when I got into high school and everything like that, you know how you gotta have your parents, sign release forms to do any sports and everything like that. And I had talked to my mom about it, and because I only have one kidney, my mom didn't want me doing it. She was afraid that it was gonna get, damaged or destroyed or something. So that kind of put the squash on that. Even though, it was something I really wanted to do and I was really good at it. So that was kind of something, kind of looking back, I kind of hoped I would have been able to change my mom's mind, to kind of give it a shot. But on a positive note, my son actually has the same dream that I do. He's currently going out for the football team at the high school I went to, so that's pretty cool. And then the other thing too is I'm really into music. Like I listen to like a wide array of things. Like I mostly listen to rock and metal. And there's some stuff that I listen to that you'd probably look at me and probably scratch your head because it just doesn't quite match up with me. But back when I was younger, I was when I was still in high school, I was taking a guitar class because, you know, I wanted to be a guitarist and everything. And even after high school, I was taking drumming lessons because I really wanted to pursue music and stuff. And then, you know, I had my son with his mother, kind of in high school. While I was leaving, I was a senior, she was a junior. So that kind of put kind of a little hold on that because I wanted to focus on, you know, being there for my son. And then, you know, things just kind of went south from there. You know, there was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of, you know, just bull crap. And, you know, she still feeds him kind of crap that, like, is only, like, partially true. Like, she'll blame me for stuff and everything, and, like, he'll ask me about it, and I'm like, it takes two to tango, and that's basically what I'll leave it at. Yeah, I also wanted to kind of go into music, and I still kind of wanted to too, but I just, with my condition and everything like that, it makes it really hard for me to focus. So it takes a little bit more for me to kind of grasp things. I tried picking up the guitar again, but you know, I only got so far because, you know, the whole lack of focus thing, and, you know, the bouts of depression that I go through and everything like that makes it really hard. So I'm looking at, you know, other possible forms of music to go into to hopefully kind of have that as like an outlet and like a hobby. You know, if it goes somewhere, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, I kind of need to, you know, start doing more with my life than what I am now, because, you know, basically not being able to do what I used to do because of my condition, you know, it's still something I'm kind of coming to terms with. You know, it's been 2.5 years since my injury, and, you know, I've just now come to terms that, you know, no matter what I'm going to do, I'm going to be in pain. So I might as well do stuff that I enjoy and just kind of take the pain as it comes. But there's still a lot of, you know, hurdles and, you know, mental stuff and everything like that to overcome personally for me to start to kind of adapt my life as I need to be able to live my life how I want to within the means that I'm able to, instead of, you know, just sitting at home, not doing anything, just, you know, dwelling in depression all the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. I can see it. What I wanted to do before I found out that I was sick and would never be able to do it, I had one or two things that I wanted, and you guys are pretty much going to laugh at both. I either wanted to enlist in the Navy and wanted to go try to be a SEAL, because
you know, I would not. You know, why would I laugh at that?
Or I wanted to go work for the FBI as a specialist.
As a what?
As a weapons specialist for the FBI. Like, I wanted to be the guy that looked at shit and knew what it was.
Oh, okay.
Like,
all right.
Neither of those are laughable, but
Not at all.
well, I mean, you know, just kid's dream. Like, I wanted to be like Mr. Superhero Save the World, like shit. But no, the older I realized, hey, I got sick, which, you know, like I said earlier, wheelchair, couldn't walk till I was 15. Well, when I was 18, finally built up enough strength, I went out for my local fire department and was actually able to join there, and found out that I was really good at it. Regardless of my health problems and everything, was a natural born beast at it, learned quick, just overall good, which actually earned me an officer rank of captain of the company by the time I was 19. Which I held on to that to the point to when I ended up leaving the department so to speak, waiting on basically some decisions to be made before I go back. But that's a story for another time. But you know, this goes to show you that even though we have things that we want to do in life, sometimes things change, but the end result is the same. I still get to help people, and I want to go back to school for it. I want to go get my next level firefighting, and I want to actually go to school for paramedic also. Hopefully, one day go to work for a big department, and try to make that into a career. Really, besides streaming, but
Right.
that's pretty much that.
That's pretty cool. And I can actually say this, but when I was younger, my mom and my first stepdad were both paramedics, and some of the stories that I would hear about scenes that they would go to and stuff like that. You just granted I was young, but I, with how my family is, nothing really shocked me. But just some of the stories that you hear that paramedics and everything, what they encounter when they arrive in scenes and stuff like that. You really got to think about it. You really got to have
Yeah, it's hard because I've been to scenes like that. I've seen things that normal beings would see and lose their shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I haven't been diagnosed with it, but I know I have a mild case of PTSD because of some of the things that I've seen, as a civilian would take me back to some scenes from when I was on duty, and it's like, holy fuck, I'd have to walk away. It's tough.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. So for you wanting to go into that field and everything like that, that's major props to you because like I said, growing up and hearing the stories and everything and stuff like that, I can only imagine the amount of toll that takes on your psyche and everything like that, constantly seeing stuff that normal people wouldn't see every day.
Yeah. It's pretty much we'll leave it at that. Gentlemen, it's 2 a.m. Seems we've pretty much reached our desired time limit to kind of keep things under wraps.
Yeah.
We've been going for over 2 hours now, which I'd say this has been a damn good episode for our first go.
Definitely.
Yep.
So, pretty much, gentlemen, it's been an honor. Really enjoyed it.
It's been fun, other than certain parts.
Yep.
Well, we'll deal with that as it comes. But
I'm dealing with it right now.
well, send a regards, tell her that we're sorry and we do apologize.
Yep.
Oh, hey, you guys don't have to worry about it. You guys are fine.
Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, anything that you have heard here tonight, strictly our opinions. You can agree to disagree. This has just been 3 guys sitting around bullshitting, and this is the shit that we come up with. Erica, we just want to be honest. We really do apologize. We love you, and we are your friends. Just want to make that known. So,
yes.
No hard feelings. We, But anyways, guys, I've been one of your co-hosts, Zach, aka CrackBobGaming, aka CrackBobGaming. Check me out on Twitch and on YouTube.
I am Tony, the old timer, aka Gramps Games, or Gramps Games YT on Twitch.
And you obviously know me because you're on my channel. My name is John, also CRPS gamer. I guess you can kind of classify me as the quote-unquote middle child. And
that works. Baby. That works. That works, yeah.
And you guys, I do have this channel. I also have a Twitch channel, also too, CRPS_gamer. We do love you. We love you too, Erica.
We do love you, Erica. You're amazing.
Yep. And so tune in next week for episode 2 of the Mancast. And everybody have a good night.
All right.
Bye.